Hello inspiring Charitam fans. How are you doing? We bring stories that are unique and inspirational. This story is about a man who found out that his daughter was not his after 10 years. But that was not the worst thing happened to him. Let's hear it. The drizzling night still causes Akito immense pain. It's been long, but Akito still feels the betrayal and could never get rid of it. He met Eri in a religious seminar in Sendai, Japan. They started talking and felt a common attraction. She was a very composed woman and had strict boundaries. Akito fell hard for her. They did exchange numbers and he kept talking to him, after coming back to Osaka. Like many Japanese, Akito was a very hard-working man. He worked hard and earned well. Aki never looked as enthusiastic as Akito, but she was still communicating. But things changed when Aki came to Osaka for some work related to fashion design. She had to stay in the city for 3 months. They started talking more, and eventually, they were dating. Aki was a bit hesitant at first, but she slowly opened up. After a couple of months, Aki was sure that she wanted to pursue this relationship and found a new job in Osaka. They enjoyed each other's company and spent a lot of time together. But one day, she called Akito and said that she was pregnant with his child. It's still taboo in Japan to have babies before marriage. Akito knew what he had to. They got married. Their families were happy as well. They had a beautiful daughter, Aika. She was the center of attraction of Akito. They never realized how they spent the next 10 years raising this beautiful and thoughtful girl. They were a very happy family. They worked hard. Akito and Aki had little time for each other, but they managed. But things changed after few days. Aika met an accident and he needed blood. Her father rushed to give her blood. They never did her blood test. Both of them were O positive, so they were quite certain that she would O positive or well. But her blood group was B negative. It was not only a rare blood group but different than both of her parents. Akito was confused, but his first priority was to arrange blood for his daughter. He managed to do that in time. But the latest discovery tore him apart from inside. He could not confront his wife. He was still dear to him, but he realized there was something wrong. Once Aika came back, he secretly did a paternity test. The DNA result was conclusive that Akito was not the father. His world collapsed and he didn't know what to do. Divorce is still a social stigma in Japan. No one wants to be divorced or a single mother. Society is such that it would be a cause of pain. But there was no way that Akito could not be the legal father of Aika. There wasn't any rule that would support him. So, no matter what, he was her father legally till the last day. But that wasn't his concern. He loved his daughter. He raised her for 10 years, he cannot suddenly hate her for no fault of her. But he knew that he was betrayed by his wife. He confronted Aki with the DNA papers and she broke down. She knew her lies were caught. Akito was given a single chance to come clean. She said that while they were dating, she had several other partners as well. She fell pregnant and had no clue who the father was. She loved Akito and wanted to marry him, so she told herself that it was his daughter. Akito was crushed beyond words. In the last few years, the intimacy between them was quite reduced and he asked whether she was cheating on him or ever cheated again after marriage. She had no answers apart from tears. Akito understood everything. He never really understood his wife. She cried and pleaded to change. She assured him that she wasn't going to continue any affairs thereafter. She loved him, but she was never satisfied physically. Akito asked her and what would change this time. She would never be satisfied anyway. But an emotional Aki answered that she would compromise. This broke his heart. He knew that this woman was not only disrespecting but actually treating him like crap. But the road ahead wasn't fun. The divorce laws aren't quite friendly in Japan. He understood that he wasn't going to get custody of his daughter. There isn't any concept of joint custody in Japan. Eika was less than 15 years old, so the court would not even listen to her. He desperately wanted to get out of the situation but felt helpless. Eika realized it and never put any effort into saving the marriage. She had all she wanted. They were sleeping in separate rooms, and their daughter quickly picked there was something wrong. After trying for few months, he realized that his marriage was a dead weight around his neck and he had to end it. He offered mediation with Eika, and she refused. The only chance of some favorable judgment that Akito had was to bring her adultery. He had no proof but the DNA results. He was not wiped out during the divorce but had to pay a lot to Eika. The court ordered the daughter to be in the custody of her mother. The DNA proof wasn't enough to revoke his parental right. He didn't want it though. He got visitation right once a month in a neutral place. He paid money but had no say over anything. He didn't know which school she should read, her little moments, nothing. He was kept in dark and the only information he received was from his daughter when he met her. But that also became less frequent. Eventually, he lost the connection with his daughter. Even though on paper he is still her father, but they do not share a similar equation today. Eika moved on quite faster. She in fact married again, a couple of years later. The karma hit her, 2 years into the second marriage. She had saved up a lot of money throughout her professional career. She opened up her own design business. Eika and her new husband were taking care of the business. Eika, her daughter meanwhile took care of the procurement part. One day, Eika's new husband went missing. Later she found out that he had duped her for everything. He had taken everything she had, and also there were so many debts against her company. She filed a complaint but her new husband fled to a Southeast Asian country. She was duped for all money. They had to sell everything they had. After so many years, Eika reached out to Akito for help. Akito never married anyone, and he was happy with his life. He refused to help her. He said that he loved his daughter, but his daughter died for a long back when she refused to meet him and even say hello over the phone. Eika left disappointed. Eika has moved in with her boyfriend. Eika left Osaka for the suburban area. She had joined a local firm and now barely survives. Eika plans to save up and return to Osaka for a better life again. Akito is doing good. He is divorced, but happy and independent. What do you think about the story? Please share the feedback and your suggestions. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon to get a notification whenever a new video is uploaded. Please check the other videos in the channel too. Stay healthy and happy. Have a great rest of the day wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching.